And if you live in Iowa or New Hampshire, you've been treated to different kinds of flurries. A downpouring of TV ads from Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, Ted Cruz and Donald Trump. Joining me now, CNN senior political commentator David Axelrod, who before he became a message and ad guru for Democrats was a political reporter. David, thanks for joining us. Let's dive right in. Senator Bernie Sanders, his very first ad was a traditional biographical spot. Here's his latest.
Here in my bag, counting the bars on the New Jersey Turnpike, they've all come to look for America.
So David, that song's a great song, Simon and Garfunkel.
It is, yeah, man. I'm having a 60s flashback here.
But the Clinton allies are attacking this ad for not having enough faces of color. What are your feelings when you see this ad?
Well, first of all, I think it's a great ad. You know, now you're in the mobilization part of the campaign. They're trying to get their people out. Bernie Sanders needs a big turnout. This is an inspirational spot meant to mobilize his people, and I think it's very effective. In attacking him on not having enough African Americans in there, I think they're looking past Iowa and New Hampshire to South Carolina, where Hillary Clinton is counting on African American voters to be her firewall in case things go badly in Iowa and New Hampshire.
Hillary Clinton has been on the stump in Iowa, mainly railing against Senator Sanders and what she perceives as his lack of foreign policy know-how. That kind of dovetails in with this ad that her campaign put out today. Take a look.
The world a president has to grapple with. Sometimes you can't even imagine. That's the job. And she's prepared for it like no other.
So Clinton pitching her experience versus Sanders' idealism. That was her pitch against Obama in 2008 as well. Might it work this time?
Well, it might work better this time because we've had 8 years of Obama, and people tend to look for something different than what they have. Democrats love Obama, but there may be more of a receptivity to the more practical experience argument that she's making here. That's what she's banking on. But Bernie Sanders is appealing to the heart, and she appears to be appealing to the head, and we'll see which one prevails.
Donald Trump is out with a brand new ad in Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. The subject, no surprise, Senator Ted Cruz hitting him as pro-amnesty. Take a look.
I want immigration reform to pass, and that allows those who are here illegally to come in out of the shadows.
That amendment would have allowed undocumented immigrants to remain in the U.S. permanently and obtain legal status. So how do you square that circle?
Actually, Brett, it wouldn't happen.
Your former colleague in the White House, Dan Pfeiffer, he called this spot a devastatingly simple attack ad. Do you agree? Could it hurt Cruz?
Yeah. I think it is damaging because it goes right to the heart of one of the issues that really mobilizes voters on the right and the base of the Republican Party, which is their antipathy toward immigration reform. So I do think this is a damaging spot.
Ted Cruz is also hitting back at Trump on the issue of eminent domain. Take a look.
Fancy term for politicians seizing private property to enrich the fat cats who bankroll them, like Trump.
I think eminent domain is wonderful.
It made him rich.
Now, eminent domain, as you know, David, that's a big issue in New England where this ad's running. Could this be effective?
It is. I sometimes wonder whether the average voter thinks eminent domain is a champagne rather than a policy. But be that as it may, you know, look, there's a civil war going on right now in the Republican Party, and the opponents of Trump are trying to depict him as an insincere conservative, as an untrustworthy conservative. This is part of that effort. The National Review assault on him is part of that effort. And you see the establishment Republicans have been much less on the attack versus Trump. It's as if they are now resigned to the notion that Trump may be their hedge against Ted Cruz, who they detest even more.
David Axelrod, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Great to be with you.